if I may, for a woman, ये 100% है कि हर एक women के लिए to think for themselves is कि whenever they're going out, उनको they have to look the best and so beautiful. And I also honor every kind of thought process that happens in the spiritual progress. For you, जब आप इस जर्नी में आए, जब you had to shave your head, were you not feeling that ये कैसा होगा, कैसे लगेगा?
Oh, that's a very interesting question. I shaved my head very recently, not too long ago, maybe 2 years back.
Okay.
So it's been a journey of giving up things, giving up all the, the so-called frivolous things that women are bounded with. How you look, what you wear, and, how you want to present yourself. This has been a part of my journey as well. I'm not an unusual woman. And so slowly, as the spiritual self has been growing, I have been dropping things one by one. This is not required. This is not required. I don't want this. So 2 years back, I did a program on Upanishad, and I was teaching Mundak Upanishad. And in one of the classes, when we finished doing Mundak Upanishad, I looked into the mirror and I saw I have very long hair, very long hair. And I said, how long do you want to, keep pampering your hair and want to keep looking into the mirror and look into the hair? And that was it. The Mundak Upanishad demanded this and I did it.
Okay.
And I love it.
You love it?
Yes. Absolutely.
You look beautiful.
Thank you. It's a process of release. It's not about the hair. It's a process of release, whether it's for a man or for a woman. It's a process of release of so many vasanas and so many, conditioning that cling to us. The need for good clothes, the need for good environment, the need for so many things. Even at this stage where I am, I contemplate on, do I really need such a wonderful bed to sleep on? Do I really need this rug that is there under my feet? So the process of becoming a sadhu is not an easy process. People make fun of sadhus normally, they was sitting there, they chillam laga ke baith jate hain. So it's not always like that. It's a very difficult road. It's a very difficult path to become a sadhu, and a genuine sadhu. A genuine sadhu has crossed many miles of self-regulation. Many miles.
Right. As a human, मैं आपसे ये पूछना चाहता हूँ कि इतनी सफरिंग की जरूरत क्यों है? Why to बेड को क्यों त्यागना चाहिए? या मतलब क्या ये चीजें बिना त्यागे नहीं हो सकती?
Of course.
What do you think?
Of course, there's a yes and there's a no to it. Bhagwan कहते हैं, as long as you want to relax, you relax. There's no hurry for liberation. There's no hurry for moksha. There's no hurry to go on the other side. One can relax, for several lifetimes. For that matter, why is sadhana required? Not required. Why can't you just be a very happy person, and enjoying whatever gifts God has given you? 100% yes. And no, because at the end of the life, when your journey ends, especially the last few years, every person goes through that halchal in the mind. What have I done in this life? Your attainment and achievements, all your material worldly achievements, they boil down to zero for most of the people. I see a lot of old people. They've been directors on very important positions here and there. Then they retire. Then they become, in their 80s and 90s, when you see a man becoming absolutely zero. He is in the bed with an attendant and he has forgotten. He's got dementia. He's forgotten things and all. The antakaran churns very deeply and yearns, to get closer to God. And there are people so unfortunate, they're not even learn how to do a mantra japa. So the life has gone, it's been spent. A 90-year-old man can realize in his last moments that I've wasted my 90 years. I've not done anything. So that urge, when you are reborn, then you are born with that urge and that wisdom that I don't want to waste my 90 years.
Right. Now, what is that anything? You said that 90-year-old man says that I have not done anything in my life. What is this anything?
Because the truth of life is not about the worldly living at all. Worldly living is sustenance. Worldly living is sustenance. Some people sustain at a lower level, some sustain at a higher level. It boils down to हमने किया क्या है? हमने खाली जीवन जिया है. Maintaining the body, maintaining the mind, maintaining the house, relationships, nothing else. है ना? So in those last moments, you realize that there was something else I had to do that I have not done. And that something else is the core reason for why you take human birth. जंतु नाम नरह जन्म दुर्लभ मतः पुंस्वन ततो विप्रता. Adi Guru Shankaracharya has said a long sequence mentioned in Vivek Chudamani that after muktirno shatajanma koti sukrete hi पुण्येर विना लभ्यते. मुक्ति की जो हुक होती है वो कई जन्मों के वेस्टेड लाइव्स के बाद और उसके पुण्य से मिलती है आपको ये हुक. So when you are born on a evolved and having wasted 90 years, several lives, then that birth that you take again, आपको शुरू से ही लगेगा कि मुझे कुछ करना है. हमें महसूस हुआ. I have experienced it. That there was something, even as a child, I felt I have to do something. And this do something is not doing chartered accountancy or doing doctorate or engineering. I have to do something. And believe you me, it's like a machli out of water. कि वो तड़पती है, to go into the water. It's like that. That तड़पन is very difficult to explain because वो क्या करना है भी नहीं मालूम होता है. मुझे कुछ करना है ये मालूम है, पर वो क्या करना है उसकी डेफिनेशन आपको जब तक मिलती नहीं है तब तक आपको शांति नहीं मिलती है.
मे बी समथिंग के लिए हमें इसी समथिंग के लिए हम एक्सप्लोर कर रहे हैं.
हम एक्सप्लोर करते हैं. Some people find it in their love for music. Some people find it in their love for dance. It could be a creative activity that takes you very closer to your soul. That's quite possible. And for some people, it's a direct path.
Right. अभी recently एक photographer की death हुई. तो I don't remember his name. One of the legendary doctors. So उनका एक quotation सामने आया. I see God through my lens.
Of course, I believe 100%.
That's exactly what this conversation is about.
100%. It's an epitome. They say that in several lifetimes, when you reach the epitome, when you reach the higher levels, then you will find a channel through which you will realize God. It could be through music, it could be through dance, it could be painting, it could be through photography, to anything. And this something that you're doing is an activity that is taking you so inward and giving you the sense of absolute. Yeah.
Right.